It's the Will and Woody podcast.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm in show mode. Let me just take it down. I was in sixth. I'm down to third.
You're like a robot.
I'm down to third. I am very much like a robot. We all know that when the mics go on, I just get... Yeah, it's automated, like pulling the string on the monkey toy.
Yeah, Ron Burgundy. But Will, today the podcast title is a direct quote from you.
Yep.
You were talking about Taku from
Love Island.
When you described his pecs as boogie boards.
Well, I think they double as boogie boards. The only way the only way they are that big is if he has a couple of zips on the side there and he either whips out a boogie board or a very large wooden cheese board from underneath those nipples, because
it could be a couple of cheese boards under there.
They are the biggest pecs anyone has ever seen.
I think that'd be difficult to just be dealing with.
They look like
honest.
stone pavers in someone's backyard. Like, they are enormous, those things.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a tasty man.
Yeah.
And a lot of tasty people in Love Island. And the good news is, if you are a Love Island fan, we're living together at the moment. Yeah. And we're on board. We're on board the Love Island train. We watched a bit last night. It was very good. We're going to be watching a lot of Love Island.
A couple of super fuel salads for the boys, a couple of face masks, a couple of pep teas, and a bit of Love Island.
It was a wild night.
Extraordinary night. It was an extraordinary night.
It was a dream
We
night.
saw into each other's souls.
No stepping on each other's toes at the moment, boys. 2 nights into being new roommates.
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question, actually, Joel. And I was meant to bring up something which hasn't made it to the airwaves yet, but I will be bringing it to the radio.
Sure.
But Will went for a jog this morning, and that's fine, totally fine.
He's an athlete.
He is. Will's an athlete. But then I came downstairs.
10K jog.
I reckon 10 seconds after he walked in the door, somehow he was completely nude.
Yeah.
And he was just nude, aimlessly walking around the living room.
And my nipples were chafing. That's why I got a bit of nipple chafe. Because it was pissing down with rain for the entire 10Ks.
Yeah, I get that. But
it was a bit like the Battle at Verdun. And I was up against it.
But go and have a shower. So he starts responding to emails in the nude in the shared
Everyone
living
knows
room.
I do my best emails in the nude.
Well,
I get a whole new sense of freedom,
do 'em in the
transparency over email.
When he took over the Will and Woody Instagram page for a little while there, he put a video up of him in his own hallway in the nudes. I mean, you're not surprised that whilst he's in private time with just you and him, of course he's going to get the hairy todge out.
I want to be comfortable. It's not a hairy todge, so there's not hair on my penis.
No, I can confirm that it's a hairy todge. I can barely see Todge under all that hair.
It looked like Robin Williams' knuckles.
I thought it was a duster.
Robin Williams' knuckles.
Gross.
Wow, how did we get here?
But that needs to stop. That does need to stop.
What's that?
You being nude in a shared space.
It's going to happen. You want me to be comfortable in the space? I need to be comfortable in order to perform well. If you want me to perform well, which you do, you're just going to have to deal with a little bit of nudity. Well,
I'll nude up then.
That's absolutely fine. I'm happy to cook my breakfast next to a porpoise in the morning. It's not
all right, let's start the show, bloody hell.
Celebrity SAS Australia is really whittling downwards to the final 4 now. Is what we know, 3 even. It's finished. I might have turned your mic off there, big fella. Silence! How dare you interrupt my opening monologue?
It's over.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I'll bring your mic on as Yana Pittman joins us.
Season 2 of Australia's SAS has come to an end. And wowee, what a season. Although Sam Burgess took out the top spot, number 4 was our number 1. Welcome back to the show. It's our favourite. It's Yana Pittman.
Woo! Welcome, Yana.
Thanks, guys. That's lovely.
Now, the reason I said that is obviously because we went to bed after you went out last night, so we didn't get to see the end of the episode.
Of course.
You were our number 1, Yana. So when Yana's out, the boys are out, you know?
Dude, how good was Sam, though? My goodness.
Yeah.
I reckon he should go and do the real SAS selection. He'd be a great soldier. So he's finished his footy now. That's how I reckon his next calling.
Wow.
It's terrifying how tough he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Mentally, physically, but he was also emotional. Like, he showed that real vulnerability too, which, I don't know. I was so impressed.
we were actually talking about him last night, because obviously last night you guys all did the thing where you called your family, so they brought the phone out to you and you got to call someone and yada, yada, yada. And you guys all had these, you had a baby. People don't know this before you went on the course, so you got to, see, and you were asking your partner, Paul, like, has he got any teeth? Is he, you're learning all this information. You're crying a lot all the way through it. Sam Burgess called his mum. It was just the most straight up and down chat. She's like, you're right there. And he's like, yeah, nearly won the thing, nearly done. And then that was it. There was no, it was scary.
I reckon at one point he tapped the phone to see how long he'd been talking to his mum for, and he was like, right, Mum, can we wrap this up?
Can I get off now?
I've got a competition to go and win.
In the letter to his family, like the night before when they did the death letter, he was really vulnerable and talked about his kids and everything there, because he's been through hell and back this last 12 months. So,
yes, he certainly has.
So I love his mum. I would like to meet her because she raised 4 big burly boys. So she's my hero.
Well, mate, you're about to be the father of 6 children.
She's not going to be the father. She's going to be the mother.
Well, no, that's a little twist in the tail. That's that was the final challenge on Celebrity SAS. Sex change, totally wild. No, so you got 2 kids on the way as well, Yana. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was a bit of a shock to us, but we're super pleased with it. I mean, what's 4, 5, 6? It's just going to be another SAS selection course at home next year.
So, sorry, Yana, can I just say, so sorry, you gave birth just before the show.
I did, yeah.
That's right. So you're going...
5.5 months, yeah.
5.5 months before, which is pretty extraordinary. And then, I mean, I don't want to get into too specific a time period here, but how quickly did you and Paul... jump on the good foot and do the bad thing after SAS, though, because all of a sudden
I feel like
you've got twins on the way.
A bit of a personal question, Woods.
Nah, look, it actually took us a few months, but I can't wait, guys. I'm in my late 30s. So, ideally we'd wait a couple more months to make the babies a bit further apart. But so, I'm going to have 3 under 2 at one point.
Wow.
But I know, exactly. But it's better than not being able to have. I really wanted to give my husband, it's only his first child last year because he took on the kids and I was a single mum for years. So he really wanted a couple of kids. That was the deal. Wow. So, he got a little more than he bargained for, but it is what it is.
Now, Woods, I know I called this a bit of a personal line of question before, but I am very interested because I feel like if I just walked off a Celebrity SAS, an SAS show, I couldn't be sexier. Did you?
Yeah. All the army gear you're wearing and whatnot.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
You're G.I. Jane, effectively.
Yeah.
Did you find that, Yana?
I was back to my... Yeah, I felt like I was back to my athletic body weight. I was like, I remember literally looking in the mirror, apart from all the bruises and scratches, and going, I've got abs.
Yes.
In 10 years.
So you would have been hot to trot. Woods is right. You would have walked back into the house, never looked better. $1 million.
And then there's 2 babies.
Wow. And the proof's in the pudding. I love that. All right, we got more with Yana Pittman right up next. SAS Australia reunion. There's a special tonight, 7:30 on Channel 7. And we're going to talk a little bit more about watching that for the first time last night as well, Yana, because I know you had to watch it. And we've got some extraordinary audio from the finale. So if anyone missed it, stay with us. We've got more with Yana Pittman up next, Will and Woody. I'm sure you would have been watching the finale last night, SAS Australia. Yana Pittman joins us right now from last night. Yana, hell of a run for you, mate. Did you feel in any way during the competition that Ant Middleton had a bit of a soft spot for you?
I definitely had a soft spot for him. So he was amazing.
You guys had a connection.
The last couple of days, though, the DS really gave a lot of themselves back. So you saw them screaming and yelling at all the recruits the first couple of days. But towards the end, they were starting to teach us a lot and actually sharing a lot of their own journeys as soldiers and stuff. So I think they genuinely cared about all of us towards the end. And you could see that, and you'll see that tonight in the reunion because, there's a lot of engagement. We actually just get to see them as mates tonight rather than the DS.
Well, here's Ant talking to you on the show. Have a listen.
Outstanding effort. We are all super proud of you, and we would have loved to have brought you forward, but your reserve is empty.
Naturally, I'm disappointed. It would have been amazing to have passed the SAS selection, and I tried as hard as I could to match it with the boys.
Lovely guy. Sounds like quite touching and it'd be really genuine in how he felt about you. How was it rewatching all that stuff last night? Because everyone has to remember this. You watched the show for the first time.
Yeah, that's right. So I didn't fully know why. Obviously, he said my reserve was empty, but you don't remember that at the moment because you're in a bit of shock and, disappointed. And I couldn't remember why he actually kicked me out. I'm like, what is it? Was I medically unfit? Did I wet myself again? Like, what was the reason? I have no idea.
Well, when you speaking of wetting yourself again, if people aren't across it, you did wet yourself. And I've got audio of just when that moment occurred. And you were incredibly transparent with Ant. And I'm not sure that he was all that comfortable hearing about the ins and outs of female anatomy. Have a listen.
Did any of you piss in the water today?
No, but I just pissed myself on that run, so that was embarrassing enough. Not intentionally, but women at home need to know that after you have a baby, you don't have good pelvic floor if you try hard. So I'm
Too much information, number 4.
sorry.
Yeah, she was embarrassed, I think, more than I was.
Yeah. Well, can I just say, stuff him, though, because that would mean so much to so many women, Yana, for you to be so vulnerable like that and make women know that, you know, if they're going through, you know, issues like, you know, wetting their pants, for example, exercising after giving birth, that it's totally normal, and, you know, a lot of women are going through that. Does that mean a lot for you to make yourself vulnerable like that and help women that are going through the same thing?
Look, 100%. You know, I work as a women's health doctor now, and I see so many women in my office who can't exercise or are afraid to exercise because of having incontinence at the gym or something like that.
Right.
So I want to normalise that in women, because then they'll go and get help. They might talk to their partner about what's happening or their doctor, and then they'll be able to get physio and get, you know, help for it. It's so common.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just women who've had babies. It's as we age as well. I mean, men are the same. Men are having to wear incontinence nappies when they're in their 80s as well. So it is a topic that's hard to discuss, but, you know, I was so grateful the way Channel 7 actually aired it, because it did open an entire conversation for women.
Yeah,
and men.
It's bloody impressive, Yana. And the other thing we spoke to you about before SAS actually started was you saying that one reason you went on the show is to make your kids proud of you. And I actually heard you say last night on the finale that you wanted your kids to look at you like a cool person as well. Can I get a report? You are, but do your kids think you're cool, Yana?
They do. They go and jump off all these crazy things in the gym, and now they're like trying to do monkey bars in the park and jump off rocks in like at the play centre, and you're like, oh my God, what are you doing? And you can't really tell them no, because they just turn around and go, but you do it. And never come back to that. So.
Next thing you know, they'll be pissing themselves in the playground.
Yeah, hope not.
Hey, Yana Pittman, thanks so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to get to know you as well across the course of SAS Australia. I know we spoke to you right at the start of the competition and now all the way at the end. It's been a wonderful journey. It always is this program, just to watch people, not just through the sphere of reality TV, but also going through the trauma, effectively, that you guys have to go through, the trials, the tribulations, the slings and arrows of what these guys have to go through. It was really great to see who you actually were as well, as opposed to, you know, how you were behaving on the track. And to be perfectly honest, a totally different person. So it's been a pleasure, mate. I'm glad that you've had that chance.
Thanks for all your support.
No worries at all.
Guys. It means a lot.
Not a problem. Yana Pittman, thanks so much for coming on the show again.
See you soon. Bye.
It's the Will and Woody podcast.
Woods.
Oh, yes.
Now, hit us with the big news.
This is amazing news. A new male contraceptive has been created.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you.
I've got to say, it's about bloody time, because it's not fair that this is just lumped on the women of the world to be dealing with a contraception. But
What about a condom?
yeah, well, a condom's good. A condom's good, but a condom only works apparently 99.2% of the time. I've made that statistic up, but apparently there can be some leaks. This one is more like it's 100% strike rate.
Wow.
But it's just an interesting concept.
What does it involve?
Well, effectively, Will, it involves putting your testicles in a bath.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
I'm sorry. I'm going to try as hard as I can to stay serious here. But
It's a ball bath.
It's a ball bath.
What do you mean?
It's a bath-like device that warms the testicles.
So, like, but hang on. Let's just wind it back a sec.
Okay.
How, like, when you say a ball bath, is it akin to a bird bath? Like, is it like a bird bath in size?
Nah, a bit smaller. Like, it would snugly fit a pair of testicles.
Okay.
And effectively...
So it's like a sock, but a bath.
Yeah, like a sock bath. And effectively, you'd place your testicles in the...
God, how romantic. Excuse me while I wash my seed.
Oh, well, so you put it in this bath, and then the water is warm, so that's nice. It's warm on your...
Do you warm it, though? Like, do you put the kettle on and then...
Yeah, I think it operates from your phone. So your phone obviously is blue.
What is it?
It's Bluetoothed to your blue balls. Excuse me. And you...
Oh, we're having too much fun here now. We're getting in trouble. There's people that are pointing at us and they're like, boys, come on.
That's fair enough. So once the testicles are inside the bath,
yeah,
the balls are ultrasounded. So they're zapped, which reduces sperm mobility. So, for want of a better word, freezes the sperm effectively.
You freeze the sperm?
Yeah, I don't think freezing was the right term, to be honest, but it reduces sperm mobility after you ultrasound them.
Okay.
And then that means that
so you slow them down. So you eventually just like tranquilize them all.
You tranquilize them, and it works for about 2 months. So after a bathing of the balls for 2 months, you will not be impregnating everyone, which is just extraordinary.
Oh, so it's not a nightly...
No.
Because I was imagining, for those people that were gaming, and good on them as well. Like, it's good to see blokes taking control of contraception.
Agreed.
But it would have been a hurdle in the model if, rather than slipping out a love glove, you slip out a ball bath.
You thought it was every time.
I thought it was a nightly thing. Sure, baby.
Oh, we're getting going now.
I'm going to try for something else here. Excuse me while I put the kettle on and fill my ball bath. Just dunk the boys.
No.
Light refreshment. So this is terrifying for the sperm, though.
Apparently it's all good, though, for the sperm. So after 2 months...
so they just and that's like they're in hibernation.
Yeah, so 2 months they're not working, and then after 2 months they're defrosted, a bit like Han Solo in Star Wars, and you're back to action.
I don't, but we do know for sure that it's not harmful to the sperm.
Look, I haven't seen the statistics, but they've been tested on animals. Right. Don't know which animal was signing up for that one. Yeah. But and it's worked, and they're going to progress to testing on humans.
I reckon a few animals would have signed up for that one.
Cheeky ball bath.
That would have been all right.
Yeah, well, who knows?
But it still is. It is 100% okay though. Just because the only reason I'm saying that is if people are genuinely considering it.
Test on animals, they still need to test on humans. So more to be developed here. But the question for me is for the women out there, would you trust a bloke with the responsibility to be bi-monthly bathing his balls for contraception? And quite seriously, would you go like, okay, no, you've said that you've bathed.
Yeah.
I trust you that you've had the contraception.
Yeah.
Would you trust a bloke? Because
I suppose the good thing about the condom is that you can see it.
Yes.
You can see it, you can feel it. I know you were laughing at me before, but you'd almost want them to bathe their balls, on a night to night bath. Like, if you're having a one night stand,
prove it.
Yeah, if a bloke was like, I bathed my balls,
prove it. Yeah,
a month ago now, so I've still got a month to go.
I need photo evidence.
They're still nuked. Most of them are still passed out down there.
I need photo evidence of you holding a newspaper while dunking your balls in the ball bath.
Holding a newspaper.
Like a ransom video. That was the date a month ago, and there is.
I'm gonna need photo evidence.
Anyway, again, but the question though, this is for the women out there.
Yeah.
Our number is 131065, and I know I've been a bit silly, but at the end of the day, if this thing does come into play, would you trust a bloke if he said to you, "I have done the contraception"?
Yeah, wow.
And know that it was his responsibility and you'd be all good. So if people having one night stands out there, or even if you're in a relationship, would you trust the bloke if he was the one in control of contraception? 131065 is the number.
Nice. Will and Woody, give us a call. We're talking ball baths and men in charge of contraception. They reckon there's this brand new contraception which apparently is going to be just something that a guy has to do every 2 months, a little ball bath.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
Bath-like device.
Yeah.
Put your testicles in the bath
little testicle tub there.
And you get zapped with like an ultrasound zapping.
Yep.
And that reduces sperm mobility. Yeah. Which means that, it's a contraceptive for a couple of months. But the big question we're asking, Will, is would you trust a bloke with that responsibility of a bi-monthly ball dunking? Let's go to Hayley here on 131065. Hayley, would you trust a bloke with that responsibility?
Look, I think so. You've got to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
so
I appreciate that. So are you saying you'd trust your partner? What if you're in like a one night stand?
I'd still trust them.
Wow.
Yeah, great.
Would you require like what he was suggesting before, a bit of a photo evidence of them holding up a newspaper when they dunked their balls?
Wouldn't prefer. No, I wouldn't prefer photo evidence.
Yeah, no one wants to see that photo. Let's go to Tegan now. Tegan, would you trust a bloke with the responsibility of contraception?
No, 90% of the time they don't trust females with the pill.
Yeah, there is a bit of that as well, isn't there? Yeah, so you're single, Tegan?
I'm not. I've actually been trying to conceive for quite a long time.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay. But at the end of the day, if you weren't trying, you'd trust the bloke to be going for the bi-monthly bath?
Definitely not. But I also question the effectiveness on it.
Yeah,
and also the
sure.
long-term effects. Even now with female contraceptions, we're still
very
learning
true.
So
more
true.
and more things that it affects.
It's very true. And just to let you know, with this one, it's been trialled on animals, but human testing is still to come.
And Tegan's right as well. It's the long-term effects that we don't know about.
It can't be good to be, effectively reducing sperm mobility every 2 months.
A heavily invasive thing, and, just its effects on fertility is, a bit of a scary thing to think about. Now, Woods, just in terms of trusting guys,
yes,
I've got somebody who's called up, your partner Mimi, who's given us a call. G'day, Mim.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for joining the show. You sober?
Yeah, today.
Perfect.
Maybe for long, though. Let's see what happens.
Now, Mim, we're talking about this male contraception for obviously for blokes to be in charge of this ball bath, a 2-monthly procedure that they're allowed to do with this new technology. Question for you.
Yeah.
Would you trust Woody with it?
Oh, well, I think everyone knows the answer to that. I mean, he had to get an IBS test, and they said you can do it from home. And he said, no, I want to come in and do it. And they said, no, you do it from home. And he said, no, please let me come in and do it. I'll stuff it up.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
That's not a strong case you've got over there, Woody.
No, there isn't good precedent there. I'm the only person to go in and do the IBS test in the studio. I wanted a doctor.
Are you guys? Can I ask? I mean, are you currently, Mim, you're in control of contraception for you guys?
Yes, and I'm killing it so far. So
nice.
Yeah, she's dominating.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I never really check, but
we've got 4 kids, Woody. But
wondering who they were.
It's the Will and Woody podcast.
We've all been starved of lots of different things during lockdowns, and that's really bespoke to you. But I think one thing we can all admit that we have missed all the way through lockdowns is Gruen, which is back tonight, 8:30, ABC iView and ABC TV. And we've got the host, the one and only Will Anderson, who joins the boys right now. He is back in black. Back on the TV, and he is pumped. He is pumped to be back. Welcome,
That's
mate.
my intro music. Oh, hello, boys. Nice to be on the show. Thank you very much for having me.
Pleasure.
Of course, that is my intro music I do for my live shows.
Yeah.
And, of course, I have not been doing any live shows. In fact, I've cancelled more live shows this year than I've actually done. And so that's as close to being introduced as a gig I have had in the last 6 months, and I was appreciating every moment of it. Thank you for having me.
You got a ride out of that. I could see it on you. Oh, mate, well, it's great to have you here. So you've had a day. Obviously, you're filming in Sydney. You've had a day of freedom in Sydney. Differences? Good? Bad? 2 days of freedom, in fact. What have you noticed the most? What did you do with your newfound freedoms, more importantly?
Well, I mean, just so many freedoms. That's what I've noticed. I've just been soaking up freedom. Like I went to Freedom Furniture, just like I thought, on Freedom Day, you just double down at the home of freedom. I just sat on all the couches. They said you shouldn't sit on those couches. I said it's Freedom Day, mate. And this is Freedom Furniture.
Jam it.
I was there. I was dressed actually as Mel Gibson's character from Braveheart. I thought, you know what? Let's just lean into it. The second day, George Michael. I was doing freedom themes every day of the week, and I'm willing to keep going.
Nice.
That's the way to embrace it. Don't go to the pub and have a meal with your friends. Just use as many freedom puns as possible. I bloody love it. Hey, Will, I recently heard you talking about your dad's obsession with sport. To the point where you actually asked your dad, would you love me more if I went to the Olympics? And what was his answer?
Yeah, yes, without hesitation.
Yeah, wow.
It's not the answer that I find offensive. Because of course, if you think about it, like if he'd sat there and he'd pondered it for 10 or 15 minutes and he would have come to the logical conclusion, of course he would love me more if I went to the Olympics. Are you kidding me? Like representing Australia at the Olympic Games rather than embarrassing his family for years, like telling dick jokes to a stranger and pretending that's a living.
So did he push you then? Did he push you to become like an Olympian or elite athlete?
No, not really. I mean, my dad, has high hopes for me, but he's not an idiot. He can understand, when you look at somebody lumbering around a football field looking like a baby giraffe that's just been born, you probably don't think, let's push him into this. That would be cruel. Like, at best, I could be the water boy. Eddie the Eagle. He might have watched Eddie the Eagle at the Winter Olympics and thought, oh, well, maybe I could have got him to do that. I could have got him up the top of a mountain and pushed him down on some sticks and got him to embarrass himself on the world stage. Maybe that.
I don't really know. One chance. I don't know where the line is here where it goes from wishful parenting to really being cruel to your kids. I think there are probably a lot of people listening right now that have had that experience with their father, though, where they were just like, I am no good at this, and I don't know why we continue to... Like for you, for example, Will, I knew you grew up on a dairy farm, so there must have been a point there where you realised you weren't going to be a farmer either.
Yeah, I think it was less of the point where he realised I wasn't going to be a farmer and more the point where he realised he didn't want to ruin the farm. I mean, it's been in the family for generations. Like, there was a point where it was just like, come on.
It's not about you.
Let one guy bring this down. It would have been the quickest, descent to.
He caught you trying to milk a bull or something.
You know when you see a football club that's won 3 premierships in a row and then suddenly they're coming 18th? That would have been our family farm. 2 days later, everything just would have been gone. Dad would have been, where are the cows? I'm like, I don't know. They're gone. They just left during the night. Even the cows knew I was incompetent. They're like, we're not letting him near our milk parts. No, thank you. Yeah, of course. I grew up milking cows.
Yeah, okay.
I did the equivalent of it's not like stand-up where you just go in and do 5 minutes. They throw you in the deep end. You can't just milk a couple of cows at an open milk night, and just see what your techniques are.
The new series of Gruen is tonight. It's 8:30, ABC iView, ABC TV, and we've got the one and only Will Anderson who joins us. If people haven't seen Gruen, it's all about advertising, examining some of the ads that just constantly inundate us, as well as there's all sorts of gear on there that is really a reflection on our lives so far, Will. So this is why I'm most pumped to watch Gruen tonight, is because you guys just pick apart, dissect, and then take the piss out of what's been going on. What is on the agenda tonight? I mean, there's so much on the chopping room floor, surely. It just seems like you guys got to make a killing tonight on the ABC.
It's rare that I read social media feedback, but earlier on in the year, that when the government started releasing vaccination ads, there suddenly was a whole lot of people just going, where's Gruen? Why isn't Gruen making vaccination ads? And we thought, you know what? Hey, guys, I thought, it's not a race. We can take our time and we can do it. It'll be fine. Anyway, turns out, much like the Australian vaccine rollout, the Gruen vaccine ad rollout is going to happen tonight.
Oh, nice.
Not only are we going to talk about the vaccination ads in Australia and all over the world and the different techniques, but we're also going to get our pitch agencies to make 2 more effective vaccination ads.
Brilliant.
So, it's going to be fun.
Awesome.
And do you reckon they were more effective? Were both of them more effective than the real ones that we got earlier in the year, Will?
Well, I mean, that's for people to judge. Here's what I would like to say. Is it's hard to make a vaccination ad that appeals to... Do you make them ones that appeal to everyone? Because most of the ones that came out early, they just all have the same scenes in them. It doesn't matter what state it is. If it's Western Australia, if it's New South Wales, it's like people at a pub or people visiting their family, or there's all these sort of certain things that we all miss. Here's a couple at a wedding. They all basically look like iPhone ads. That's what they look like. Up at the end, there was a Telstra logo. You'd be like, oh yeah, this phone's for everybody. But as we get closer and closer, and most people are actually vaccinated, that's the great story about Australia at the moment, is that most people are actually doing the right thing. We're going to be world leaders in the amount of people that get vaccinated. It's super exciting. Australians are doing it for each other. There's really only going to be about 10% of the population left. Now, 5% of those are people who've decided, for whatever reason, I am never going to get vaccinated. But there is another 5% who are people who are slightly hesitant, or maybe they just haven't booked it in yet, or it feels too hard, or they're getting some bad information. They're the ones that you can still get. And they're the really important ones, because they protect the ones who won't do it completely, right? When we get to the levels we're at now, do you have to change the advertising? Because suddenly you're not targeting everyone. Everyone has actually already got vaccinated. You just have to target that 5% who are really hesitant. So I think as the world progresses, you've got to also change the advertising and the focus of the advertising.
At what point does it? So it probably moves then from. It transitions from being an advertisement for an iPhone or something, let's all do this thing together. And I'm just going to take a stab here and say it probably starts moving into more of what looks like a don't smoke ad, when we've just got like people who are really sick from COVID because they didn't get vaccinated, and really starting to leverage that fear side of things for those people.
And the other thing is the inconvenience. Some people are just going to get to the point where they're going, yeah, I had some beliefs around vaccines, but I've realised that I can just get 2 jabs and go to the pub, and I want to go to the pub.
That's so true.
I feel like the convenience of it, people are just going to go. And the other thing is then you just need a celebrity campaign. We had Magda and all those people earlier. What we really need now is, Pete Evans, Sam Frost, Anthony Mundine, to really talk to their people.
Oh, my God. It's going to be an absolute smorgasbord on Gruen tonight. The new series of Gruen premieres tonight, 8:30 on ABC, iView and ABC TV. Will, this is probably a very cheesy question and something that is obvious that I've sort of scribbled together using my information sheet here, but I was thinking advertisement, given that Gruen's all about advertising, if you could have an advertising headline for your lockdown, what would it be?
Comedian needs job, no discernible skills.
Perfect. And if you have a job for him, just get in touch with us. 131065.
Well, he's got a job. He's back on Gruen tonight. Thank God. New series of Gruen premieres tonight, 8:30 ABC iView. Mate, thank you so much for joining us. Pleasure as always, Will Anderson. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
It's the Will and Woody podcast.
Try and convince us you're in the car with somebody else. It's phone alone.
Will and Woody's phone alone.
Alrighty, the first person to step up to the plate is Jacob. Hello, Jacob.
Hey, mate, how are you?
Very, very good, thank you, mate. Who are you in the car with?
Oh, my brother.
Your brother, okay. What's your brother called?
James. He's called James.
James and Jacob. Okay, chuck James on the phone, please.
What's doing?
That was quick.
You're super quick.
Are you on the hands free? Are you, boys?
Yeah, man.
So, James, am I detecting you've got maybe a bit of an accent compared to your brother Jacob?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, can we hear Jacob again then, please, James?
Yeah, mate.
Bloody hell.
Wait, that's Jacob now.
Yeah, that's Jacob now.
And James now? Give me James.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, gee whiz.
They've
striking. What's the age gap, Jacob? What's the age gap?
Oh, 3 years, mate.
3 years. And what do you guys work together, do you?
Yeah, we do.
What do you do?
Work in the tunnel.
What's
in the
yeah. What's James's least attractive feature?
Probably his nose, to be honest.
Oh, wow. Cop that.
James, what's Jacob's least attractive feature, James?
I'd say his mullet.
Yeah, right.
Got a mullet and a schnoz in the car. Oh, I think there's 2 different blokes.
Yeah, we reckon there's 2 blokes in the car, boys.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Great stuff, fellas. The schnoz and the mullet, the boys. Let's go to Sophie now. Hey, Sophie.
Hi.
Sophie, who are you in the car with?
I'm in the car with my girlfriend Mel.
Oh, I'm in the girlfriend with my car.
Your girlfriend Mel.
Sorry, Sophie, I couldn't help myself there. Yeah, no, that was very childish of me. I apologise. It was a bit savage.
Can you put Mel on the phone, please?
Hello, how are you?
Oh, wow.
Are you from England, Mel?
No,
I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne. I'm a Geordie.
You're a Geordie?
Yeah, Geordie. Okay.
Yeah.
When did you come to Australia?
About 10 years ago now.
And how do you know Sophie?
I met her at my first job when I started here.
What was your first job?
I was a makeup artist for MAC Cosmetics.
Wow, she's got a good story. What do you think about Alan Shearer?
I love Alan Shearer. Everyone does.
I reckon there's 2 people in the car.
No, there's not.
No! Sophie!
I
I've really tried my best Australian accent.
We didn't get to
terrible.
throw. We should have thrown back to Sophie. So we just.
You did.
So
you should have.
you're actually English.
Yes.
And your first voice was
English.
Because that's why I said there's two people in the car, because I was like, the Geordie bit's flawless.
Yes.
Like, and Alan Shearer, who was the absolute
Legend.
talisman for Newcastle for so long.
Absolute legend, man.
You know that. Can you give us your Aussie accent? Give us your Sophie again, Mel.
How you going?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good.
It's not bad, but I reckon we should have gone back to her.
Yeah,
well done.
definitely should have.
Well done, Sophie.
Thanks, Sophie. We've got another one here. We've got loads of people calling out. Erin it's an acronym-nominated Bitwoods. Why wouldn't you kill her? We've got Erin here on 131065. Erin, welcome to Phone Alone. How you going? Who are you in the car with?
I'm going great, thanks. I'm in the car with my daughter Aubrey.
Okay, how old's Aubrey?
9.
Okay, put Aubrey on the phone.
Okay, hang on. Aubrey.
Aubrey.
Hello.
G'day, Aubrey.
Hi.
What did you do today, Aubrey?
I went to the shops today because we're out of lockdown.
Oh, nice. Do you think that your parents put a B in your name instead of a D accidentally, or that was deliberate?
My dad wouldn't let my mum call me Audrey, so he said I had to be Aubrey.
Wow.
There you go.
Named you after a bit of a rural hotspot rather than a beautiful actress. How do you feel about that, Aubrey?
It's pretty sad. Yeah. makes me sad.
Yeah, I bet it does.
We're thinking you're there by yourself, Erin.
I am.
Great voice.
So true story though, Erin. You wanted to name your daughter Audrey, and then your husband wouldn't let you.
He didn't like Audrey, and then she was born on International Star Wars Day, so we had to call her something to do with Star Wars, and one of the actresses called Aubrey.
Oh my God.
A much lesser known actress. Who's the actress called Aubrey?
I think it's Caravan of Courage. The little girl in that, her real name's Aubrey.
In the
It's
Caravan
a Star
of Courage?
Wars called Caravan of Courage.
Yep, I don't know.
I think he's pulling the wool over your eyes there, Erin.
They were never in a caravan.
It was the Ewok movie, boys. Caravan of Courage.
Ewok movie.
Right.
Oh my God.
Real Star Wars B-sider. Nice.
That's what your daughter's named after.
That's it. I don't watch Star Wars, so I've got no idea about it.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Sounds like you got the wrong end of the stick. Or certainly Aubrey did anyway. I feel like I would have preferred Chewbacca. But I just love it. Is your son called Wodonga? I mean, what's the story there?
It's the Will and Woody podcast.
131065. Love to hear from you. What's the most cringe thing a guy has ever said to you? Now, Woods, the reason we're talking about this, and I'm going to play this audio for you, because you and I sat down, had a couple of super fuel salads. One, hold the feta, because you got issues with lactose.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, we sat down, we're living together at the moment, and we watched Love Island. And I reckon, before I get to this, we just need to canvass the characters on this show. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't watch reality TV. I don't normally.
Yeah, it's great to be involved, though.
But wow.
We were flicking between SAS and Love Island. It was a great night.
It was a great night.
Yeah.
And it meant that, we actually watched the people that we talked to on the show, which was huge. But if I can just go through some of these people. So we've got some of these guys, just to give you a description of it, if you don't watch Love Island, I just need to paint a bit of a picture, because I was struck by these characters.
Sure.
So we've got Aaron, who's kind of going for the 1990s German henchman look.
Yeah, big look at the moment.
Eyebrows with a watch to set your watch to.
Yeah, the German henchman. Yeah, and I think it's working for him.
I think the German henchman's got it going on. Yeah. Taku, whose pecs double as boogie boards when he's not using them.
Taku's a big boy.
Jordan, who you wouldn't trust with your toothbrush, let alone your heart.
No,
and then Ryan.
Oh God,
Ryan. And now this is where the magic happens. So what we've done is we've got our audio producer Tim to package up some of the gear that this guy was sending last night, and it includes the number of women he slept with as well. Have a listen to this.
Trained 4 times a day. Yeah, I got 8 back.
I had a good innings a couple of years ago, and I travelled a lot.
I am fiery.
Oh yeah, you are 5 foot.
Yeah.
5 foot and fire.
So the reason he said he had a good innings a couple of years ago, he travelled a lot, is because he slept with 500 women.
Over 500.
Which was something that he was spruiking on the show.
Yeah. When he was wearing very tight glittery silver shorts, and the girl that he was paired up with was just shattered.
Yeah,
Ari was just shattered all night.
She didn't know what to do.
She was just watching this guy
didn't know what
flirt
to do
with everyone.
And then she came over to him, she's like, oh, I saw you make out with that girl over there. And then he just turned to her and he said, don't worry, babe, you're 5 foot of fire.
Yeah.
And then just made out with her as well.
And he said, you're still my priority. You're still my priority. Don't worry, you're number one.
You're 5 foot of fire, babe. You're 5 foot of fire. He was totally wild. So then after he tells Ari, if you didn't watch it, that she was 5 foot of fire, he then accepted a date to go on with the intruder, Lexi.
Yeah. And he, by the way, when he went to go on this date, you'd think that a guy would go and get around the person you're partnered with and just make them feel a bit better. No. Ryan hugged all the boys. And then as he was walking out, he just goes, see you, sweetheart. And just gave her a wave. This guy's extraordinary.
Yeah, he's extraordinary. And I've asked people to call 131065 with the cringiest thing you've ever heard a guy say.
Yeah.
Because Lexi, I mean, look, who also probably isn't making it into Mensa, but she sits down with Ryan on this date and she says to him, she says, you know, I've heard you've slept with 500 women, you know, like how did that happen? And Ryan sees the opportunity to really, you know, show a bit of a deeper side.
Of course.
You know, just show that he's nuanced, soft, sensitive, empathic, all these things. He sees a window.
Yeah, of course.
Opens up his heart and he says this to Lexi.
Pretty well travelled, you know, do like backpacking and like cool shit like that you would not normally do.
You like the adventures.
Like even going through Vietnam, I rode an ostrich.
You rode an ostrich.
I mean, just how cultured is this bloke?
I just can't get over that.
He's, you know, visiting the Sistine Chapel, you know, things like that, riding an ostrich.
Mate,
I mean, that's good.
What a man. What a man. I can't get over this guy. I really can't. I'm looking forward to watching him again. Love Island's obviously on Channel 9 at the moment, so you guys can check it out for yourself.
Can I just put the blowtorch on you, though? We're talking about this cringe thing that Ryan said last night.
Yeah.
Now, Will, in your younger years, we were at a nightclub together, and you walked up to a female and you said to her, hey, just so you know, I'm the Red Power Ranger.
No, I didn't.
And truth be told, you just received a callback at an audition to be the Red Power Ranger, but I think you may have told 3 or 4 women that night that you were the Red Power Ranger.
It was a foolproof plan because no girls watching Power Rangers. And I'd like to point out it was the Blue Power Ranger, not the Red Power Ranger. No one would believe I was the Red Power Ranger. 131065. Love to hear from you guys. What is the cringiest thing a bloke has said to you? We'll take your calls right up next on Will and Woody. Give us a call. We are talking Love Island. You and I last night sat down and watched my first bit of reality TV in a couple of years, and gee whiz did I enjoy it. What a hit.
Welcome.
What a hit that was.
Super entertaining stuff, isn't it?
They just played a game where they just picked each other and made out with each other on screen while the guys were wearing sparkly silver shorts.
And the girls were wearing like almost tassel bikinis.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Taku, he's got a big chest and those silver shorts were not holding back much. I mean, holding back a lot. Excuse me. The thing was a weapon. Anyway.
Oh my God. Yeah, so look, we enjoyed watching the show. The highlight was definitely this bloke called Ryan.
Yeah, of course.
Who is really just the epitome of a bimbo. He's a male bimbo. He's got this... He's got this look on his face that like the lights are on but nobody's home, and so he comes on there. He's gorgeous, by the way. He's absolutely stunning. This bloke. He comes on the show and says that he slept with over 500 women. Which is just an extraordinary thing. And the reason that he said that is because he said that he went traveling. He had a couple of good innings in there, and then on his date. And this is the bit that I really want to focus on. 131065. What's the most cringe thing someone has ever said to you?
When trying to pick you up, is that the sort of area where you're going for?
When trying to pick you up, went on a date with them, whatever it is, however they say it to you. He sits down with Lexi on this date and he says this to her when he's on the date.
Pretty well travelled, you know, do like backpacking and like cool shit like that you would not normally do.
You like the adventures.
Like even going through Vietnam, I rode an ostrich.
I'm sorry, but like when he said I go traveling, I've done cool shit. There's not like if I had a million answers laid out in front of me, I would never have picked the next sentence to be when I was in Vietnam. I rode an ostrich.
Yeah, it was extraordinary.
That was top shelf stuff. So look, 131065. If you want to join the convo, we've got Samra here.
Yeah.
Samra, what's the most cringe thing someone said to you?
Hi guys, how you going?
Very good, thank you.
The cringiest thing he said to me was from a guy. It was a bit creepy. He said, tonight on the menu is me and you. Like me and you menu. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
no.
That's wild. Thanks for the call, Samra. Wow, Alana is called. Alana, what's the cringiest thing a bloke said to you?
I got introduced to a guy through a friend, and he introduced himself and said, "Hi, my name is," and then insert famous footballers, players, and then he said, "I'm his brother." No name. He just gave me his brother's name.
He gave you his brother's name? Didn't even give you his name?
No, he said, "I'm so-and-so's brother."
Was it like a very good footballer? Like, was it a very
famous Australian footballer? Yeah.
Oh,
NRL.
you've got to tell us who it was. Who
no,
was it?
I can't. I don't want to add it.
Okay, so he led with his brother. He led with his brother.
But geez, no.
So he just says, "Hi, I'm Benji Marshall's brother. How are you?"
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, geez, I reckon I was close there.
So it might have been Benji, who knows?
Thanks for the call, Lana.
This is his famous brother.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Well, you just got to put your best foot forward, Woods.
Yeah,
and speaking about putting your best foot forward, your beautiful girlfriend Mimi's actually sent me a screenshot of some very early text between you and her on the app Hinge.
Yes. Is this the first day we were texting?
No idea, mate, but I'm going to read this out because this is some awful gear.
I think I had pretty good gear.
All right, here we go.
Away.
I'm not sure what this opening sentence is in reference to, but I'll read it anyway.
Yeah, is this me talking or her talking?
This is you talking.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Full stop. I only found out recently that it's from the get-go. Full stop. I used to think that it was from the gecko. Mimi laughs a lot.
Probably, she probably didn't actually laugh, and I knew that because it was an amazing gear.
Yeah.
But, she
overlaughed.
Yeah, she did.
She then says, "Oh my God, and hammer and tong. I used to think that it was once ham and thong."
Yeah, classic.
Okay.
How long did we continue this, things we misunderstood?
I'm not sure if you open that up, but this is where it really starts eating up.
Yeah.
So Mimi says, "I thought it was ham and thong."
Yeah.
And then you say, "Ha, I can see why." As eating ham in a thong is a favourite pastime of mine.
That's good gear. No, I'm happy with that.
And then Mimi said, "Super strange, as I'm actually cutting ham right now. We have so much in common."
We knew it was on. It was fireworks from there.